Hello, and welcome to Painscreek Killings. Uh, as usual, first episode, there will be, well, sort of rant, maybe just an update. Uh, well, I have several changes to my setup. First and foremost, I have a microphone, a dedicated microphone over here. Not only should improve how you hear me, but it also improves how I hear the games. One downside of having a headset like mine is that when it is used for recording from its microphone, it also changes the sound profile on the output. So it slightly muffles the output sound. Um, Maybe it is some internal adjustment made for improving the voice quality that people hear during conversations. I don't know. But the point is, it was changing the sound. Now that headphones are exclusively for me to hear the game, I can hear it how it is intended to be, which is something that I deeply appreciate. We, as I said, also have a microphone over here, so there will be adjustment to that as well. Hopefully I set up everything correctly. First and foremost, I removed the noise because this thing is awfully sensitive. With noise present, you could have heard my every single key press on the keyboard. Everything. Now, it should only capture my voice. There is a downside to that, is that it might sometimes eat the beginning of my sentences or my words. I noticed it on a couple of words, particularly starting with the letter S for some reason. No clue. And yes, I have a green screen behind me. I have a light blasting in my face. Moved some sliders in OBS to make my green screen a bit better than in the ending of TPR. I hope we can agree that there is some improvement to that. And now the game. I have heard about the game in the community that I'm a part of. Partially, they were making memes out of it, but also my understanding is a decent whodunit game. Because it is, I presume, a murder investigation of sorts, I have a pen and paper ready by my side to make some notes. I'm trying to get into detective mindset, whodunit, establish timelines, establish suspects, motives, means of some awful deeds and stuff. But while I was setting up for the recording and I've been listening to this wonderful piano playing as the main theme, I begin to wonder whether the killings might be personal. Like, it feels very sad, right? And when you are a detective and your job is to investigate the gruesome deeds that humans do to each other on a daily basis, I believe you get desensitized. Of course, there is still a chance that you will get upset. You probably are getting upset, otherwise you need to see a therapist or whatnot. Point is, when I'm hearing the piano, I feel like there is sadness. There is, like, not just unexpected sadness, but deeply personal kind of sadness. Know what I mean? Now, I think I have yapped long enough. So, there is, of course, some sort of performance anxiety as well, because I have a desire with me. I have a bug that I need to do stuff correctly. And this is a murder investigation, and I think there is a chance to accuse somebody wrongfully. And I don't want to do that, so I need to solve it correctly. But I've never played this game, I've never seen anything about this game, I've never read anything about this game. I only watched 2 trailers before I started, and that's the entire extent of my knowledge. And so yeah, I'm nervous to fail, but part of life, I guess. Anyway, new game. We recommend writing your own notes and or taking advantage of the in-game camera. I checked the controls. The game autosaves whenever you enter a location should you encounter a bug or problem while playing, such as being stuck behind furniture or getting pushed out of the game, or simply use the reload button in the menu to transport you back to the entrance of the location. Your game will continue from there and you will retain everything found up to that point. Good luck. I checked the controls and I saw that we have a camera.
Hey,
So
Janet. So the chief has entrusted you with my assignment, hey? I hope it didn't interfere with your weekend plans. Anyway, he told me to call you and fill you in on it. You remember the murder that happened a few years back that was never solved? The one at Painscreek where the ex-mayor's wife was killed? Well, the property's being auctioned off soon, so we don't have much time to dig up anything that's relevant to the case. So see what you can find. Hopefully it'll be something worth publishing. Anyway, take care. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
So I'm Janet. Chief asked me to do something, and ex-mayor's wife was killed. Who killed Vivian Roberts? 212 Greenwood Street, Northville, 42779, August 3rd, 1999. In 1995, Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman and wife of a former mayor, was murdered and dragged to the front of her own home. Okay. The case was never solved and the killer never found. It was rumored that a private investigator was in Painscreek sometime later, but there is nothing more on that. Last week, we received news that large swaths of Painscreek County will be auctioned off soon. We would like to revisit this story and attempt to find out the following. Who killed Vivian Roberts? What was the motive? What was the murder weapon? Please submit your findings and a front-page photograph for your story to be published. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. From the Hartwood Times. Don't forget to bring the camera. Population 0. Oh, the movement is a bit slow. Okay. Don't forget to bring the camera. Well, this is a very interesting opportunity to just wrap the game within one episode. But where is the camera, by the way? So I know that this is zoom. Okay, this is prints. These are my photos. There was a tutorial, so I assume that maybe they will tell me. There is something posted on the window that might be important. Black Pine Road Sheriff's Office. See, okay. Cemetery Gate Padlock 1131. That part is unlocked. It was so loud. Find another way to see better in the dark. Ish. Okay, thank you. Toggle crouch. Are we doing stealth in here? I do like stealth. County Sheriff's Department, Sun City. Regarding work relocation, dear Sheriff James Howard, due to the decreasing population of Painscreek County over the recent years, we have decided to delegate manpower elsewhere. This letter is to inform you that you have been reassigned to Grant County starting May 14, 1998. Please report to our office before May 12th. So James Howard is our sheriff, and we have a journal. Oh, like I did not have to take the photo of it, okay. Nah, we'll leave it be, why not? Like all of them are classified? Okay. Scott Brooks, Painscreek Trinity Church pastor's son, suspected for killing Vivian Roberts. Witness reported seeing suspect fleeing from murder scene late night. The police apprehended Scott Brooks yesterday afternoon. He was residing at the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. According to a witness, who at this time has wished to remain anonymous, he was coming home late on July 19th at around 11:50 p.m. when he saw Scott walking very quickly away from the Roberts mansion, heading down Silver Lake. Although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it unusual until a few days later when he came across the newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. Feeling uneasy about the whole situation, he called the police. Shortly after the call was made, the police arrived at Scott's cabin and questioned about his whereabouts the night Vivian died. Scott said he did meet her that night, but said he had nothing to do with her death. Scott was later brought down to the station for further questioning. So what was Scott doing there? I need to write that down. Like, I am going to write down the questions that I have, and hopefully when I go over my questions, I will arrive to some sort of a conclusion. Confusion, I wanted to say, because this is very confusing. I don't understand any of these people yet. So, Scott Brooks is pastor's son, right? And he was on July 19th. By Vivian. Upset. Okay. Question is why?
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Ann's Courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Steven. Who's Steven?
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Ann's Courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
I'm not the fastest writer out there, so taking notes takes time, okay? Okay, we have more newspaper clippings. Okay, you need to be real close and personal to the door. Okay. It's L. Why is it L? Okay. Ooh. Hello, baby. I definitely like maps. So I assume Mayor's Mansion is the Roberts Mansion. Vivian Roberts, right? Maple Drive seems like the only house over there. Old Creek Town, I don't know about that. Oliver's Photography Farmers Market and Painscreek Trinity Church. I'm at Anne's Courtyard, Inn and Suites. Okay, so maybe something over there. Pebble Lane, Postal Service, and Painscreek Community Hospital. I do have a map. Okay, that is super nice. Moon Cafe. Come check our selection of exquisite recipes to taste. Our lattes are known as the best in the county. Come and have a chat with our friendly baristas. In partnership with Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites, if you show our baristas your receipt or room tag, you will receive a free cup of our signature moon latte. Okay, missing kid. Joshua Taylor. That does not ring a bell. Missing since November 3rd, 1989. It's a 13-year-old kid, okay. What's seen on the playground? So 6 years before the murder. 4 Pebble Lane, across the river on the playground. He was wearing his favorite blue jacket. He has a scar below his left eye. I don't see the scar, but I will believe you. 4 Pebble, across the river on the playground. Pebble? Maybe it's somewhere this way across the river on the playground? Is it somewhere here? I don't see any other pebbles, so... And do you have... You do not make every single document. Which makes me wonder why. Vivian Roberts, successful businesswoman and wife of ex-mayor, found dead in front of her home. Third death to strike Painscreek in less than a year. Vivian Roberts, the wife of ex-mayor Charles Roberts, was found dead in front of her home at 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek at 7:15 a.m. When? Date. Mary Martinez, a maid currently working at the mansion, was retrieving the morning paper when she saw Vivian's body. She immediately called 911. The Painscreek sheriff, James Howard, arrived shortly and the victim was pronounced dead. The time of death was estimated to be between 11 p.m. last night and 1 a.m. this morning. The body is currently at the coroner's office waiting for an autopsy. The people of Painscreek have started grieving for her. Candles and flowers were being placed at the gates in front of her home where she was found. Vivian was indeed a person whom many respected and adored. Her success in business, her loyalty to her family, and her love for the people of Painscreek are unsurpassed. She will be missed. How come a newspaper does not have a date when it was issued? Was it July 19th? Between 11 p.m. last night and 1 a.m. He was coming home late. Where was this witness? Heading down Silver Lake. Yeah, okay, Silver Lake Boulevard, that checks out. So, okay, time of death is between 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Okay, he was seen at around 11:50. 11:50 p.m. Okay. My notes are already a mess, but hey, I'm trying my best here. Doesn't look like we do have a code anywhere around here, so... Oh, the story of Tonti. Okay. Really need... I'm not used to being that close and personal to the items, so that is something that will take adjustment. It was 11:51, right? Closed for good. You said, wait. Okay, I'm already being dumb. Cemetery gate. Well, this is definitely not a cemetery. I don't think I can just, yeah. Can you not jump over or something? Cemetery gate padlock. Do I need a key or something? This, again, like this nervous moment that you simply missed something, or you don't know how to interact with items yet. So this door took forever to close. We have a perpetual flashlight over there. Cool. Aha. July 30, 1995. So supposedly 11 days after Scott was noticed. Okay. Vivian Roberts' funeral was held this afternoon. Bernard, the butler, Dorothy, the head servant, Derek, the family chauffeur, and his mom, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Vivian's husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Tricia. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects at the funeral. Halfway through the ceremony, Tricia started to weep loudly. Tricia is the daughter. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, head servant, and the crying died down. I noticed that Dorothy looked tired. It must have been tough to take care of Tricia. She's been having multiple breakdowns. I can't blame her. With the loss of her mother and with her boyfriend being accused as the killer, it must have taken a toll on her. Her boyfriend. Okay, so Scott is likely the boyfriend. Feel sorry for the whole family. September 6. Oh, you have quite a gap there, almost a month. The town of Painscreek is quickly becoming a ghost town. The population has decreased drastically over the years. Ever since the deaths occurred, it seems that more and more people are actively looking to leave this town. It's sad to see a once lively town become what it is now. December 2nd, 1995. It's been almost 6 months since Vivian was killed. Her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motives? She was someone who had earned the love and respect of the community. No employee of hers, nor any citizen of Painscreek reaped any benefit from her passing. It doesn't make any sense. Painscreek Community Hospital has officially closed. The remaining patients have been allocated to other hospitals that will provide suitable services for them. To be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will come when I will be reassigned somewhere else. Oh, it will certainly do. So you cannot read this book. Out of spirit of experimentation. Nope. Of course it would not. Okay. So in order to proceed, I either need to find a key from the gate, or I need to find combination to open the thing. How interesting. I mean, I can understand why classify is locked. Why the rest is locked though. Well, I feel like I have tried to shove my nose in every single crevice in this room. Okay. Never mind. Ooh. Journalist. Brand new 2.1 megapixel digital camera. Ah. Vivian Roberts murder case report, August 6, 1995. So, half a month later? This report is an update of what happened to Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the only suspect of this murder case, was apprehended a few days after Vivian's body was found. According to our investigation, someone saw Scott at around 11:30 p.m. near the woods north of the mansion. Well, he was seen at 11:50 later by the witness, right? Two hunters were looking for more wood for their bonfire when they heard shouting. They witnessed Scott and Vivian arguing. However, they were too far to hear the content of the argument. 6 months prior to Vivian's death, Scott was fired from working at the mansion. She cited Scott for tardy work and rebellious behavior. She also prohibited Scott from visiting the mansion and meeting Trisha, who by then had a close relationship with Scott. We are currently investigating the case. Scott is our main suspect in Vivian's murder. So, Scott argued with Vivian. So far, I suspect that the topic of the argument was Trisha. And I'm also like being in this callous mood to believe that to murder a person, you need to have a deeply personal relationship to a person. You need to have a real reason, unless you're a complete psychopath or a sociopath, to murder somebody in cold blood. It has to be something personal. There has to be a story, which is why, as far as my memory serves me, majority of murders happen between like relatives, family members, or old friends. So for this dude to just murder the lady, I'm not sure. Like, daughter, husband, yeah, I suspect them. Like, they're my primary suspects, like members of the family. Like, I certainly believe that, like, if Scott and Trisha had something going, maybe, I don't know, on the top of my head, it might be saying nonsense, so don't hold me accountable yet. Maybe Trisha got pregnant. Maybe that's what they were arguing about. Maybe mother forced Trisha to do something that she didn't want to do. Maybe something else. But yeah, like, yeah. Anyway, we have a gate key now. So yeah, I spent half an hour looking for the key on the floor. I feel like this is gonna be a complete disaster, and yet it is what it is. Yeah, I know that I can sprint. Don't you dare hurry me. Okay, well that does not make situation easier if I can go absolutely anywhere I want. And I can most certainly go anywhere. I have the whole town to explore? You must be shitting me. I mean, at least some of these places are boarded up. But only some of them. Just don't do that to me. Don't give me the entire town to explore. No. Oh my lord. You must be so shitting me. So the dude, the message said something about the Anne's courtyard. Like I can enter it? There you go. Where the heck am I going? Is it Clover Street? Well, at least this part is blocked off. Okay. This is Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites. Okay. This is our private investigator. Okay. Merverick. Whatever, dude. Bar special, happy hour, half price martinis, half price sangria. Tuesday nights. Blue white bottles. That is over here. Black Pine Road crosses town center Boulevard. I'm not familiar with that designation. Okay, they do give you the whole town, but at the very least, most of these buildings seem to be locked. Which is some kind of solace that I cannot go completely bonkers on searching everything. Moon Cafe. Okay. Okay, if I need to investigate the murder, right? So I could start with investigating the murder scene, so the mansion. I could try to track Scott's movements, and I could pursue the lead of the private investigator, because maybe this diary over there has some notes and ideas. I can enter Anne's courtyard, so maybe there is a package that was mentioned. I don't know. Untouched bottles of wine. Ooh. that music though. Awful service. Just awful. Old-fashioned way to listen to music. A bottle with 2 glasses. You know, one thing that calms me down when I'm starting this game is that the murders took place 6 years ago. 6? 4. So the killer is unlikely to be over here to murder me as well, so I never was into darts. I know that like if you land on this narrow thing, yeah, that's the triple ring. Double ring. You can get more points if you hit, there should be 20 by 3, that's 60, because bullseye give you just 50. People must start and finish with a double scoring dot. The player's starting score value is set to 501. The aim is to finish the game with as low a score as possible. Scoring a double on the last dot thrown will make that player's score 0. When the player has thrown their 3 dots, their score is added up. The total is then subtracted from that original 501 amount to create the final value. Again, the lowest score is the winner. Good luck, namesake. Okay, so I'm thinking that we have 3 darts over here. We know that they start with 501, so perhaps I need to calculate the resulting number that we have over here. So let's do this again. Players must start and finish with a double scoring dot. How many dots do they get? Scoring a double on the last dot thrown will make that player's score 0. Well, that sounds easy enough. 3 darts. Okay, the score is added up. The total is then subtracted from that original 501 amount to create the final value. So the outer ring is double ring, the inner ring is the triple ring. And then, yeah, this is 25, that's 50. Okay, so let's see, we have 18, 8, and double ring 15. So 38 plus 18, that's 48 plus 8, 56. 541 minus 56. 451, 445? Must be. Okay. That is cropped. I don't like it. Enjoy your stay in Painscreek and take a chance to explore the surroundings. Traverse up the slopes of Black Pine Mountains and take in the jaw-dropping views, or take a hike on our trails towards Cherry Creek Lake. Spend the night at Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites and enjoy the 5-star room service it provides. There are many amazing things you can experience here. I believe I will be confined to the Painscreek itself. Moncafe's acclaimed coffee has been known as one of the reasons people come to Painscreek. If you haven't had something from there yet, we highly recommend you to visit and taste it for yourself. Sometimes you do not add things to the journal that I encounter, which I don't think is very cool. Just a moment, we'll come to that later. Stevie's Barber Shop, open daily from 9 to 6 except Sundays. 1700 Stevie's. Might be important, you never know. Sunday worship. The truth shall set you free. What day was July 19? I need to bring up the calendar. Come and join us. I feel like they might have told me that. There was some mentioning of Monday. No, I need to submit my story before Monday, right? Later. Every Sunday, 8 a.m. Enjoy a message from the Lord. The Bible study will be held every Fridays from 6 to 7:30 p.m. The light dinner afterwards. Contact Father Matthew. I believe it is important because it might show us how the town lived. Gone but not forgotten. Take this time to commemorate all the lives that were lost 20 years ago. What happened 20 years ago? Some of the victims were working fathers who were torn away from their families in an untimely manner. If any individual would like to make a contribution to the families who were affected by this incident, please contact Father Matthew. What can you do if you are locked out of your own car? Use a Slim Jim. That might be our clue how to get to the private investigator's car. A Slim Jim, also known as the lockout tool, is used primarily for breaking into cars. It is a thin strip of metal that is 24 inches in length and about 0.79 to 1.57 inches in width. It is a very popular tool for car thieves as the Slim Jim allows one to unlock automobile doors without the use of a lockpick. It works on the levers and interconnecting rods in the car door and avoids dealing with the lock mechanism itself. The hooked end of the tool is thin enough to be slipped between the car door's window and the rubber seal catching the rods that connect to the lock mechanism. In the hands of an experienced user, the car door can be opened without being damaged. However, be aware that incorrect use of the tool may detach the lock rods, which will cause the door lock to be inoperable, even when the key is used after that. Should your car show such a problem, it is often a clue that someone has attempted to break into your car. Newer cars have tried to implement different defenses against this tool, ranging from implementing barrier blocks on the bottom of the car door window to making the operating rods easily disconnected when met with a lateral force, which is often caused by the lifting action of the Slim Jim. Older car models, however, are often easy prey to the tool. We need to find ourselves a Slim Jim. It's the missing boy. Painscreek's annual fall festival, October 25th. Demonstrations, games and activity. Roberts Relief Foundation. Ooh, for more information, contact Vivian Roberts, event coordinator. Drive. It's called Drive. Reminder, letters or documents for in-guests goes in its respective slots. Here is the key that you requested. 7 Black Pine Road. Man, I can just make a fucking need to make a note of that. Black Pine Road, you said? Okay, so along this road, okay. So yeah, they will give us some... Can I open it though? You say it's locked, but you do not give me opportunity to unlock it. February 21, 1996, Painscreek Community Hospital closes its doors after 60 years of service. Fund embezzlement suspected as a key factor by Jonathan Walker. Painscreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in long-term rehabilitation for the elderly in Newland, finally closes its doors after 60 years of service. Painscreek Community Hospital first opened its doors in 1936, serving as a humble abode for treating patients and provided boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman, saw the need to revamp the hospital in the early 70s. She founded the Roberts Relief Foundation with the main purpose to support the needs of the village of Painscreek, starting with the hospital. By the early 80s, the population of the village and local areas had started to decline rapidly. Many young people who went to college did not return, and the number of seniors was quickly rising. With the increased need. Oh, that you record? Tool 1 is locked, tool 2 is locked, okay. That kinda makes sense, I guess. Have phone numbers, room numbers, date in, date out. Oh my god, are you missing AM and PM? So you're saying 3:33 and 8. Is that 3:33 AM? And that is 8 AM? Or this is 3 PM and 8 PM? Well, if both PM, that kind of makes a bit more sense, I think. Anyway, Neil Merrill, Baldry, okay. Sorry. 3 days, 2 days, Fran Reynolds, 4 days, Howie Timothy. Name room is Baldry. For 4 days, Norm Adden. Stayed for 4 days, Stephen Moss. Name room is Neil. Never checked out? Why? One.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
There is indeed Oliver's photography. He's Oliver Gibson.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Who's Mrs. Patterson? Champagne Linger Ball. Okay. Case of Da Vinci line. Da Vinci? Da Vinci, yeah. Oh, 204, 202, and 203. Again. So I'm missing one. Yeah, I'm missing 201, the only one that I did not check out. Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, you need to point it at this thing. Or is this the same with everyone? Good balls. Well, ain't that a conundrum? Okay, we actually do have a light over here. Maybe if the dude has a toolbox, maybe he has a slim gem over there as well. case some of our usual customers, you might want to memorize this. Church, 46 Silver Lake Boulevard, Painscreek, Photo Lab, Robert's Estate, Mr. Morris's house, and Mrs. Hall's house. Then Town Center Drive. Would you write it down? Of course you would not. How do I know what you will write down and what you will not write down? Anyway, most of the places are visible on the map, but Mr. Morris and Mrs. Hall, 19 Black Pine Road. This is Black Pine Road. Okay. And another was Town Center Drive. Okay. And somewhere along this road we have some house that is a customer, right? And then around the town itself. Did that do anything? Nope. Nope. Okay. So 4, 3. Let's go in the usual order. Past due. Dear Stephen M. Thank you for your rent payment. As stated in your rental agreement, however, when rent payments are not received by 0404, 4th of April, you must pay additional rent because of a late charge due or because you did not qualify for the rent discount. The required additional amount was not included in your payment and is therefore now due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once to bring your credit balance up to date and remove it from delinquent list. This amount must be paid within 7 days from the date of this notice. Rosalie P. Stephen M. Oh god, I forgot all the buttons. Stephen M is the guy who did not check out, right? Stephen Moss, yes. See, that's why I'm making photos of all these things. Holy Bible. Okay. Did you leave anything in the room? Any key on the floor? Who was in room 202? The last one. Timothy. Howie Timothy. 203. Before I proceed with the books, could I open the drawer? No. Okay. So the Bible again, but it's the only book I can pick up. Alright. Fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not surprised that all of these rooms are clean out. I mean, people checked out of them, staff cleaned the places, so yeah, no surprise there. Okay, so I need a Slim Jim. I suppose if I want to get to the car. I presume it might be in the toolbox. And the toolbox with Oliver. 7 Black Pine Road. What do we have there? $50. 15? No, 19. We're actually looking for 7. 11. So okay, odd numbers are supposed to be here, but then from 11 we go to 3. 8, 2. Oh my lord. What the heck? And 7 with supposedly police line do not cross stuff. Anything else in the vicinity? Okay, thank God. There is a sense of overwhelming if the entire city is up for the taking. So I'm happy that we are somewhat contained. That place is trashed. Yeah, that is not surprising. It's mold, right? So it's just the house that... No, that is fire. This house burned down. What are we even looking for here? Premium RAMs. Dear Daniel, how have you been, my son? It has been a while since I last wrote to you. I'm getting much better now. Dr. Johnson has assured me that I am recovering well. I'm now working full-time at the mansion. The hallucinations are gone. There are just 2 more checkups to do and I'll be done with rehab. How's Mom doing? Is she still working at that restaurant? I hope she spends enough time with you. I don't blame her for leaving and wish I could be there for you. I'm sorry things turned out this way. Please forgive me. I have been saving my money and plan to... So there is Daniel and his father was in rehab. And he saw hallucinations. Cool. And he works in the mansions. In the mansion. He works in mansion. Okay, content recorded. Okay. Thank you for that. Door is jammed. Hey. Come on, let me inspect the fridge. Cool. Rituals. Ain't that lovely? Diary. This was before the murder, May 12, 1994. I hate to admit it, but Scott is a good kid. He's hardworking, takes care of me when I'm drunk, and he's a man of his word. I'm starting to like him. June 10, 1994. Did I see her again? How can that be? Why doesn't the medication work anymore? Did he give me the cheap pills? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We are all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. August 2nd, 1994. Ever since Scott asked about her, I've started to see Sophia again. Why did he have to mention her? I need more pills. I think I'm going crazy. He saw Sophia. Who's that? Oh Lord, I know I'm a sinner. August 1994. I realize it now. That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we have done. Forgive us? Forgive for what? And those are your pills. Can I see what kind of pills he was taking? One pill daily. Andrew Reed. Refuse 2 before May 19, 1995. Prescribed by Dr. Henry Johnson. Too many names. Too many names. I feel like I have heard Johnson before. For us. She's coming for us. We have a satanic cult over here. I mean, no, in reality, it's just probably a single troubled person, but you never know. I mean, I don't have any evidence to suggest otherwise, but we should not exclude the version that Vivian was killed by Devil himself. Right. Mrs. Patterson. Do we have any idea where Mrs. Patterson is? I have no clue. At this point, I will likely go to the scene. Murder. You're saying locked, but you do not give me opportunity to unlock it. Now, I think I will wrap this episode around here. We are having a nice introduction. We are having a bit of investigation. I don't have a lot of clues to go on. so far. I know that I understand that the murder took place. I understand that or rather, police had a suspect, but we are not sure whether he actually committed this or not. There is private investigator card that I need to get access to. There is some dude that had hallucinations. Big books legal. Okay. We pretty much know nothing at this point. I don't have a lot of threads as well. So we're gonna be wandering around and just trying to spot something. Trying to find something to go on. Again, this is just an introduction, so thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that's the case, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or advice let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. Hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there. Bye.